Somebody commented on the video I posted of my brother home invasion where they caught. So this is the story of what happened to my brother and how I lost my brother. It was October 18, 2011. Like I said, a little over 13 years ago. I was 14 years old at the time. My brother was 15. It was about 7:40, 7:50 in the morning. I was a freshman in high school. My brother was a sophomore. I was leaving to go to school, and my brother was running late. He was just getting out the shower. I told my brother I was leaving. I wasn't going to wait for him. And I walked to the front door to leave my house. When I opened the door, there were two men masked up with guns already in my face, forced me back into my house. When they forced me back into my house, I was really confused at the time, and I thought it was somebody playing for some reason. I don't fucking know. I look back and I'm like, how did you not realize what was happening in the moment? And really quick disclaimer, it has been 13 years, so I have told this story many times, and I've healed a lot, so I'm able to actually talk about it, because years ago there's no way I would have been able to answer this question or even tell this story to a bunch of strangers. So they forced me back in the house. My brother, like I said, was just getting out of the shower. He had a towel wrapped around his waist. They immediately made both of us lay on the floor, and were basically just telling us to shut the fuck up. They asked us if anybody else was in the house. We didn't answer, and they were yelling at us. Our dog was barking like crazy. It was a lot going on. The apartment that we lived in, we had our main floor, which was the floor we were on, and we had a basement that was like an entire little apartment on there, and that's where my mom and her man of 13 years, basically, that's where they stood. My mom basically woke up and didn't know what was happening, because she had just woken up out of her sleep. So she was coming up the stairs like, what the fuck, why are you guys being so fucking loud, thinking it was me and my brother arguing or fighting. As always, it was very normal in our house to be fucking yelling. So her not knowing that it was them, she walked herself right into the same situation that we were in. They taped and wrapped all of our hands behind our backs. They put tape on everybody's mouth. I was crying so much that the tape literally wouldn't stick to my mouth. So they told me, just shut the fuck up and we won't put the tape on your mouth, because I was crying and screaming hysterically, and they just kept telling me, shut the fuck up. Our dog was going crazy. We had a husky named Jackie at the time, and they threatened to shoot her if she didn't stop. So we told her to go to the kitchen. Fast forward a little bit, they asked if anybody else was in the house, and nobody was. It was just me, my mom, and my brother. They forced all of us downstairs into the basement, where they then searched the entire house for guns, for drugs, for money, for whatever they were looking for. This lasted for about an hour of them looking for stuff, finding stuff. As they found things that they wanted, TVs, my brother's Xbox games, all kind of things. One would stay inside of the house and watch us, and the other one would go out the back door and take it to whatever was waiting out there, which we'll get to that part. And then they'd come back, the person would come back in, and they kept doing that, taking stuff, taking turns. We did find out it was a younger guy and an older guy. So just for reference, the younger guy would stay in and watch us, and the older guy would take stuff out. They kept looking for a gun. That's what they were looking for. They kept looking for a gun. They couldn't find a gun. They finally found a gun, and when they found this gun, everything kind of turned for the worse. When the older guy was outside, the younger guy kept telling me, stop crying, we're not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you guys. We just want what's here, and we're going to leave. That's the plan. We're not going to hurt you guys, so stop crying. We're not going to hurt you. And I remember crying hysterically, and my brother looking at me like get your shit together. Mind y'all, my brother was only 15 at the time, so for him to even have this mentality, like he had it all together. I as a 27-year-old woman now, I look back and I'm like, my brother had so much fucking heart because I was losing it. So again, they found this gun, everything turned for the worse. It went from just like grabbing shit and taking shit to like the older guy was just like tearing up the whole basement while we were in there. Like it was physically getting violent inside of the room. The energy completely shifted. At that point, they took everything that they wanted to take. In the basement, there was like a sala or a living room. And there was my mom's bedroom. They had us walk into the living room and they had us all lay on the floor. So they had me lay with my head this way. They had my brother lay with his head this way. And they had my mom lay with her head this way. So all of our feet were touching, but we were all faced away from each other. And when they had us lay on the floor, I remember praying to God and saying, thank God this is over. Like, thank God this is over. And instead, he said, I'm so sorry I have to do this to you guys. I'm never going to know if you know who I am. I'm so sorry. And he starts shooting, and he shoots 6 times. My body is trembling. I don't know if you've ever heard gunshots, and especially to that degree, that up close to you, but my body's trembling because I'm like, what the fuck? We're about to die. We're about to die. Just take the shit and leave. But we're going to die over this stupid shit. And so they shoot and they run out. They run right out the back door. And in the basement, we had my mom's bedroom door. We had the laundry room door. We had another outside door. And then we had the outside back door. So there were 4 doors. So I laid there. And as I was trembling and shaking, I laid there and I waited for to hear each door. Because there was like a creak to each door. So you knew. So I waited for each door until I heard that last door. And when I heard that last door shut, I turned around like I was so fucking relieved that they didn't shoot us. I was so fucking relieved. And when I turned around, I seen nothing but fucking blood. I seen blood all over. When I turned around, my brother was shot in the fucking head. My mom was shot in the fucking head. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck? I started yelling, screaming. It was fucking chaotic. Mind y'all, I'm 14 years old. I'm a fucking baby when we look back at it. I'm 27 today. I was 14. I was a fucking baby. I had no idea what to do. I was screaming and yelling, but I kicked into action. I didn't have a phone because my mom took my phone away, and he took both my mom and my brother's phones. So I found my phone in a little spot that my mom had put it away in. Ran upstairs to charge it. We're talking 2011, so these phones take 10 minutes to turn on. I put it on the charger upstairs. Meanwhile, my mom and my brother are downstairs shot in their fucking heads. At the time, we lived across the street from a school, and it was also a church. But in the daytime, it was a school. Mind you, at this time, it's about 8, almost 9 o'clock. So I run outside because there's a million families lined up outside. There's a million people to help. And I'm screaming, yelling. My family just got shot inside. My mom and my brother just got shot inside. Can somebody please call the police? Everybody's like this. Hands up. Hands up. I'm like, please, can somebody help me? Can somebody please call the police? My family is inside. They just got shot. I need help. I don't have a phone. And everybody is fucking silent. Nobody's saying anything. Everybody's like they can't help. So I run back inside, and finally my fucking phone is turning on.